Yo, what is good, YouTube? It is your boy Tap X Ears back in the mic for another commentary. And instead of doing a gameplay commentary for this one, I'm going to be pretty much releasing kind of the long awaited guide to get a nuked out. A lot of you guys have been hitting me up on Twitter as well as in the YouTube comment section, and I've actually seen it in a couple of the Tap X videos that were uploaded that were featuring my gameplays, specifically nuked outs. And it's pretty much how do I go out and getting nuked outs, and pretty much if I can actually get a nuked out on your account. And for today, I'm pretty much going to be answering the question: is that yes, I am going to be starting basically a subscriber nuked out series, and we pretty much, in order to be entered into the series, you are pretty much going to have to be a subscriber, obviously, to my channel, but also to TapX. I think it's going to be really important that you're pretty much going to be supporting the team that I am currently with, and I plan on staying with. So yeah, all right, let's get into the video. This video, pretty much, I'm gonna start off with the class setups that I actually use, basically kill streaks. I'm also gonna talk about maps to get nuked outs on, as well as specialists. People really don't talk about the maps that you should be going for nuked outs on. I really don't know why, because some of the maps are legitimately, I mean, if you have never gotten a nuclear or a nuked out, some of the maps are pretty much impossible to get nuked outs on. One being Nuketown, in my opinion. There have been nuked outs, but they're usually in hardcore. And this is pretty much going to be a core guide as well. This can work for hardcore, but I really don't like hardcore FFA in this game unless you get a god lobby. Then that's another thing. But yeah, let's get back into the video. So for the class setups, pretty much I'm recommending that you use any submachine gun with 2 attachments. The 3 submachine guns I recommend actually running to go for this are going to be the Weevil, the VMP, and the Kuda. For the Weevil, you pretty much want to run rapid fire and fast mags, or you can run extended mags on the Weevil for getting a nuked out. And I have the class on screen now. Pretty much you're going to be running the Weevil, like I said, fast mag, extended mag. Important that you run the C4, Scavenger, anti-up, awareness, and dead silence. Now, the reason that I run anti-up on this class, and this class is going to be specific for either running the Ripper or the combat focus, because if you run anti-up and you run the Ripper, it's essentially getting 2 kills at the same time. The way how the perks, how the score balances out with anti-up coupled with the Ripper, as well as the combat focus. Pretty much you want to run the C4 basically to throw it on spawn points and pretty much lock down a building to get free easy kills. Nobody really runs what's the perk? Engineer in free for all, so C4s are lethal. There might be a couple kills that run hardwired, but usually you're going to be picking up the randoms that are pretty much just rushing back to you to get revenge kills. So C4 is really good in that way. Another class that I'm going to be recommending is going to be the VMP, and this is pretty much going to be the VMP with either the grip, extended mag, or grip in stock, whatever you pretty much like. I like the extended mag in the VMP just because it has a lot of bullets and you can spray. Pretty much the exact same class. I just have C4, and I switched out anti-up for fast hands. The reason that I run fast hands instead of anti-up on this class is because the VMP actually raises slower than the Weevil, and the Weevil doesn't really need fast hands, so you can kind of get away with running a different perk. This gun is pretty much all personal preference what SMG you want to run. This is just like my pretty much VMP class that I like using, unsilenced. And my third class is going to be the Kuda, pretty much with suppressor and extended mags, same exact perk setup equipment. This is pretty much going to be on the maps that are kind of bigger. You want to be using this on pretty much Redwood, Breach, and Stronghold. This gun in this class setup pretty much is dominant on those 3 maps. And I'm going to get into now some couple specialists that you're going to be running. Pretty much for free-for-all, you pretty much want to stay away from Blackjack, Ruin, Outrider, and Prophet. These are pretty much useless for FFA, considering the fact that they really don't help you out in getting nuked outs. Kinetic Armor, besides what you might think, I honestly don't think kinetic armor is going to be that necessary, pretty much for getting nuked out, because you really want to be shooting people in the back. That's why I have pretty much the sound perks on. Kinetic armor is going to be useless because you really want to limit how many head-on engagements you get into. And pretty much what you want to be running are the Seraph. I highly recommend combat focus, coupled with anti-up, like I said. You can pretty much get the hater at around 9 points if you do it correctly. I recommend calling in pretty much activating combat focus when you're 1 kill away from the hater. That way you can get the hater, call it in, and hopefully get 2 kills while your combat focus is up, so you get an additional 400 score, or technically 500 score, to your next score streak. That's already a UAV, so that's another thing to run. I don't recommend running Nomad. It's just not good. Doesn't power up in time. Scythe, I don't recommend the Scythe. And the final specialist I recommend is going to be the Ripper. Pretty much the Ripper, you don't really want to be rushing around with the Ripper. You want to use this tactically. And you want to be pretty much using the Ripper and knifing people that are pretty much like looking away from you, or you're waiting around a corner. It's 150 points when you stab someone with the Ripper, if you didn't know that. And coupled with anti-up, even not with anti-up, it really does add up. 2 kills is 2 kills with the Ripper is technically 3 gun kills. So I mean, the score streaks, you get them a lot faster with this, and as well as it can kind of save you if you run out of ammo. I don't recommend running the Purifier or the Heat Wave at all for this. And now I'm going to go into the score streaks you should be running, and I run a kind of a different score streak setup than everybody else. I pretty much run UAV, Wraith, and Hater, and you might be saying, why are you running the Wraith? The Nuked Out is pretty much 30 gun kills, not with streaks. The reason I run the Wraith is it's kind of like a distraction from the Nuked Out. If anybody has known me from Modern Warfare 3 and pretty much knew me from like giving Moab tip guides, I always recommend to never count what streak you're on. That's just going to mess you up. It's going to psych you out. You're going to get nervous and die. The reason I run the Wraith is just because you pretty much forget that you're going for the Nuked Out. And I would not call the Wraith in unless you unfortunately die, so you can, pretty much just end the game and not take a loss. That's pretty much why I run the Wraith. It's just kind of a distraction from the Nuked Out. It's just basically I'm running an assault streak that I'm not calling in. It just takes your mind off it. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. This has helped out so many people that have been going for Nuked Outs, that have actually gotten them running this exact setup. So let me know if you actually get a class, a Nuked Out with this kill streak setup. It might sound dumb, but even try it out. You might actually, get the challenge done. And now after that, I'm actually going to go for the maps that you should be running. For the maps that you should be going for Nuked Outs on, the best maps in the game for getting Nuked Outs are going to be Aquarium, Breach, Fringe, Redwood, and Stronghold. I'd avoid pretty much all the other maps. Pretty much that these maps have circular spawns, and they pretty much spawn people on the outsides of the maps, not pretty much in the middle. And what you want to be doing, pretty much to get a Nuked Out, is basically patrol a circle, pretty much that's covering at least 2 or 3 spawns, so you can easily get pickup kills after you kill someone kill someone as soon as they spawn in. It's just a way to keep getting kills and keep enemies coming to you, but there's a lot of cover and you won't get fucked because someone's going to spawn behind you. I'm actually going to throw up a gameplay behind and pretty much work through what I'm doing. After this, it's going to be on Redwood, and you're going to kind of see my strategy and how I get a Nuked Out on Redwood. It's actually an older gameplay that I actually uploaded, but it's honestly word for word exact strategy on how to get a Nuked Out, and it works pretty much every time. And so yeah, that's pretty much going to be the class setups and the maps and the specials that you should be running to get a Nuked Out. And yeah, so I'm actually going to throw the gameplay up in a second. So I'll see you guys in a second. Peace. Alright, so what is up? We are back, and we are pretty much continuing the Nuked Out guide here. And pretty much I'm going to do a walkthrough of the gameplay. This is going to be a Nuked Out on Redwood that I got a while ago. And as you can see, this area back here of the map, this is going to be near the A flag and domination. This is going to be the best spot on Redwood to pretty much go for the Nuked Outs. As you can see that I'm running around a circle in the back of the spawn here. And now they spawn in 3 different spots. They spawn back trees, which I'm looking at right now. They also spawn back tavern, which is pretty much what I'm looking at right there. And they also spawn Skybridge, pretty much where I threw the C4. And these are the 3 spawns that you're going to be pretty much having to patrol when you're pretty much running through the spawns here. look where I'm throwing my C4s. Those are pretty much a great spot. You get to cover pretty much Sky Bridge as well as the opening to bunker. A lot of people like to camp in bunkers, so someone is always running through that doorway. So a C4 is pretty much guaranteeing that you're gonna catch someone there. And you pretty much want to be just like floating back and forth. Like, see how many, that's like I think 3 or 4 C4 kills already that I've already got in this game. And I'm pretty much just running pretty much back trees. When you're pretty much in this area, it pretty much blocks off all the spawns that they're going to be spawning from back trees. So you can pretty much use this as like a safe area. If you're getting rushed, pretty much just prone in the grass, they're pretty much not going to see you at all. There they go. As soon as I leave back trees, they spawn a guy there. So it's just like clockwork. It's just something you just gotta pick up on. I highly recommend trying to get your nuked outs on pretty much Redwood after watching this video, just because I mean it's just textbook. I mean the spawns keep flipping back and forth. I'm killing the same like 3 or 4 guys over and over and over again, and they can't outgun me just because like I have the map awareness. I pretty much have my back to a wall, and I'm pretty much blocking off pretty much the spawns that I don't want them to spawn just by just standing there, and I'm force spawning them on other spots. It's a little bit kind of couple things that after over time of playing Call of Duty you can pick up on. Actually, you learn this from pretty much spawn trapping, believe it or not. A lot of my pretty much my I guess success at getting nuked outs is being a trapper. So I mean, you really much can't say that trapping takes no skill. Because you can clearly see that, I mean, the skills that you need to trap and pretty much, force spawning enemies and blocking spawns, they apply it to pretty much every game mode. Not just the game modes that have fixed spawns, but as well as free-for-all here. Right here, I'm blocking off the spawn back trees. They're not going to spawn back here. And like I said, just keep running circles. I'm killing the same guys over and over again. Keep throwing the C4s back in bunker, catching the same kids. I mean, it's already like a couple minutes in, I'm at 23 kills deep. I mean, it's just when the haters up and free for all, you have to be going ham. I recommend trying to get at least 10, I guess maybe 7 to 10 kills per hater, and it's pretty much a wrap. Like I said, look at them spawning back tavern because I wasn't looking there. It's just things like that you need to pick up on. I don't recommend going like pretty much on B walkway, which is pretty much that that alleyway that a lot of competitive snipers run down. You can pretty much get picked off because they do spawn bottom C bunker, which you can get sniped there. So I recommend just staying in this area here. It's pretty simple. You have back tavern. When you're sitting in back tavern, they're not gonna spawn there. You can use that for great cover. You can dip in the water if you're getting rushed. I mean, it's pretty much a golden spot to get nuked outs on. And it is all wood and pretty much like wet grass. So if you don't have dead silence, I mean, it's pretty much a cakewalk. You can hear everybody coming in. And gameplay's about to finish up here. It's been your boy TapX Ears. I hope you guys get your nuked outs. Make sure you subscribe to me and the TapX, and I'm out. Peace.